Okay, so the ball initially was moving. Let's see what the question says. In figure 1.6, the tennis ball of a mass 57 grams is traveling horizontally at a speed of 20 meters per second. The ball is struck by a rocket and moves horizontally at a speed of 30 meters per second in the opposite direction. Calculate the change in momentum of the ball. I made him okay. Yeah, yeah. You can start with it. Yeah. Let's see. Change ish. Even if there's a bit of solution there, it's fine. So, yeah, how are you? I'm good, thanks. Um, can you see the link? Yeah, can you try to join? Sure. Nay, are you winning?
Yes, sir.
Are you done?
Um,
Oh, not yet. Okay, no, it's fine. Winnie,
Yes, sir.
you're done.
I'm almost
You're done.
done.
Are you almost or are you done?
I'm
You're
done.
done. Okay.
Yes.
So how much did you get?
I got um negative 2.85. I'm not sure of my answer.
72 comma.
Minus 2.85.
Okay, you got minus 2.85 kg meters per second. Okay, let us do the problem together and see. Okay. Um, First thing first, you know the formula of change in momentum. Change in momentum equals mass times change in velocity, which this is impulse, is equals to mass times velocity final minus velocity initial. Now, we need to define these parameters. Our m, which is the mass, in this case,
Is 0.057.
it is 0.057 kgs. Okay, perfect. Velocity final, it is
Minus 30.
it, it is minus 30, and velocity initial, it is plus 20. Perfect. You have to insert them the way they are because we are dealing with vectors.
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna have 0.057 to v final, it is minus 30 minus into 20. So this is going to give us, you said your answer was minus 8.5. Okay,
Okay.
no problem. Let's see. Calculator, comma 5, comma 0.57 times, that's 50. Yeah, it's correct. 2.85. The unit is kgs meters per second. That's correct. Or you can say 2.85. The direction will be
The direction will be
yeah, but in this case, they didn't specify which direction it is. Okay.
yeah.
I'm just saying in case if you assume that this is right, if you choose the direction, then you can say it's now going left. Okay,
Okay.
it's fine. Okay, that's impressive. That's impressive. We are heading on to the next term. That's how easy this topic is. So I know you have mastered this topic fully. So that's why I'm not wasting too much time. The next concept is the conservation of momentum. The law of conservation of momentum.
Okay.
Yes. The law of conservation of momentum. The total, sorry, total linear momentum is in an isolated system. Is conserved, or let me say remains constant. In both magnitude and direction. Okay, so let me give you an example. Conservation. Let me check if it's a nice example. Conservation of momentum. Yeah. So I'm going to give you a very nice example of conservation of momentum. So before I give an example, I just want to say momentum initial is equals to momentum final. This is during a collision. So during a collision, momentum, the total momentum before equals the total momentum after. So if two objects collide and they had a total momentum of a certain amount initially, even after collision, the momentum will be conserved. It will be the same momentum that they had before. They can change, the speed can change. Sorry, not the speed, the velocities can change. Obviously, their masses won't change, but their velocities and directions can change. However, the total momentum does not change. So in this case, the initial momentum, which is the momentum of two objects, for instance, because your syllabus will only give an allowance of two objects colliding. Mamswan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so we were doing momentum. I just want to do a quick run, then we continue. Now, momentum is the product of mass and velocity. The momentum of an object is the product of mass and velocity. So if the soccer player is running at a speed of 10 meters per second and they have the mass of 10 kilograms, his momentum will be 10 times 10, which is 100. And the unit is kgs, meters per second. Okay, now if the same rugby player is running at the momentum of 100 kgs meters per second, and for instance, hit the wall and bounces back at a different and bounces back with a different velocity, it means his momentum will change, because the momentum is the product of mass times velocity. Now, that change in momentum is what we call impulse. Impulse is the change in momentum. And impulse is given by change in P and is given by force times change in time, which is equals to mass times change in velocity, because impulse is the change in momentum. There's a change, and again, momentum is a vector. So we did an example whereby a ball was moving initially at a speed of 20 meters per second, and then it hit the racket, and then it bounces back at a speed of minus 30 meters per second. So the change in momentum of the same ball will be, we know the mass of the ball, we know the final velocity, we know the initial velocity. So we just plug and calculate. So what we got in this case was we had to convert the mass from grams to kilograms, because the standard units of momentum is kgs, meters per second. So what we got was 2.85. 2.85.